Hey, Tommy. Yeah. Are you ready to watch some football? Yeah, we're gonna watch the Steelers. No, we're gonna watch the Clowns. Oh no! All right, folks, welcome. This is Hard Hat Conversations coming at you uncut live. This is Richard. I'm stationed here in Cleveland, Ohio, and welcome. Let's hit it right off the bat, folks. Let me go to my notes, folks. Let me go to my notes like I like to go to my notes. It said, man with assault rifle arrested after reports of armed militia were hunting hurricane relief workers. Hurricane relief workers, folks, militias down there in North Carolina. Militias, folks, hunting the relief workers. I don't know, what they're going to steal the food and sell it on the black market or what, or it's not getting to them enough where they're getting mad or something. Militia, folks, small armies, hunting down hurricane relief workers. Very interesting. This world is getting crazy, folks. We're getting crazy out here. All right, folks. Here's a question I got for you. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about the bell. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. October. What is the date? I'm losing time now already. What is it? What day is it, folks? Let me look at my notes. I think it's the 14th. Yeah. It's October the 14th, 2024. I got a question, folks. Do we believe in good and evil anymore? Or is that just a fairy tale? The reason I ask that is that all the news reports that we see, and let's be honest, folks, most of them, the news report is bad stuff. They rarely give us good stuff, because bad stuff, we all pay attention to it, me included. So, but my question is, do we believe in good and evil anymore? And I mean across the board, folks, across the board. Let me give you some examples. Do we think that just being evil is killing somebody, or can you be evil with the stroke of a pen? Like when you make laws and taxes and things like that to hurt the people. Those things can be evil, folks. You don't have to pull a gun to be evil. You know, you can not get. You can be evil by not letting a person get a job because of their race or because of their disability, even though they can do the job, but you just don't want to deal with them. That's evil right there too, folks. So you don't have to just go out and kill someone to be evil. There's all kind of types of evils out there. But what I'm getting at, folks, is that it seems like we having a shift. And what I mean by that, and this is just my opinion, comment, like, subscribe if you got an opinion. You have the right to have an opinion. Don't ever forget that. It seems like we're accepting more evil than good, because good is supposedly, in our world, stop evil. Am I right? We got all kind of quotes and all kind of philosophers saying this and that, you know, and that and this. But it seems like we making more excuses for evil than good, because good always trying to stop evil, if we believe in that. And I'm worried, folks, that we don't believe in good and evil anymore. I think we're getting into a society where they're making it that you can do anything you want to do if you feel at that moment it's okay. And folks, it's not okay. We don't live in our own world. We don't live in a bubble. we can't do whatever we want to do because we live in a world with other people, with other ideas, other feelings, other thoughts. So we have to take care of what we do once we leave our dwelling. Now we can do whatever we want to do in our home. That's fine because that's our home. You know, if you don't like what's going on in that home, you leave, right? That's what mostly people do. But when we go out and play, we have to conduct our way to be cordially to others. Not we don't have to do what they want us to do. Don't get me wrong, folks. Come on, you know I'm not talking about that. But I'm just saying civil. We have to be civil, folks. But it seems like everything is just out of whack a little bit. Like everybody's so individual now, you know. And it's just if I can't have it my way, then nobody's having it. If my idea is not being presented, then nobody's idea is going to be presented. Everybody else just going to have to suffer or whatever. And that's, to me, that's crazy, folks. That's insane. That's not a good society. That's not a healthy society. Society is damning. And I think we have to stop looking at these politicians. I got to go this way because that's all they show on the news. What do they show on TV, folks? We see politicians a lot. Of course, actors, sports figures. Those are entertainment, folks. And like I said, please listen to me. There's nothing wrong with entertainment. We want to feel good. We want to laugh. But folks, don't you think we're going a bit too far when we start allowing entertainers, and not saying that they're not people and they have rights and ideas too, but remember these people, a lot of these people have what most Americans don't have. They have means. They have lots of money. They have lots of leeway, and they get lots of favors. That's the reality. The more money you have, the more favors you get. And if you think that's not true, then you're living under a rock. And I think the field is it was already unequal as it was, but now it done got to the point where it's out of hand. And that could be anything, folks. And you know what I mean. Come on, folks. Anything you let get out of hand can be a problem. Okay? You can watch too much TV. You can eat too much. You can drink too much. Smoke too much. Party too much. Anything you do too much of that neglects other stuff that you need to do to have a quality of life. Because I'm all like that. Say this show is about solutions. It's talking about hard truths and hard facts. And we just don't most Americans think they just go to work, pay bills, and that's it. There has to be more to life, folks. There has to be. But it seems like our society is shifting. What's wrong with having families, folks? Why don't we talk family life anymore? We're always doing this individual stuff. It's all about me, me, me. No, it's not all about you all the time. It's other people, like I said, it's other people that exist in the world. I think having families is a very healthy thing. It's a healthy construct. This individual construct is kind of dangerous in a way. It is. You have all this social media. Like I said before on my other podcast, social media is a good thing, but like I said before, with any good thing, there's the dark side of it. So we have to be careful of that dark side. We have to keep that dark side down. There's always going to try to keep up and take over good. And that's why I started off, do we believe in good and evil anymore? Because now it seems like there's no fear anymore of doing wrong. It's like we're going to make excuses for doing wrong all the time, over and over and over. And society is like, oh, let them go, leave them alone, leave her alone, let them do what they want to do, let them be what they want to do, and all that. We can't have a society like that, folks, so we're going to have chaos like we have right now. There's a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of people suffering, and all they want to do is talk about some election. Tell me, folks, really, Be honest, folks. Do that presidential election really affect your everyday life if you want to really hear the hard truth? Do it really, or is it just entertainment? Be honest, folks, with yourself. Look, talk to yourself, talk to a neighbor, talk to a friend. Do these two people, or whoever it is, do they really affect your quality of life? I really don't think they do, folks. I really don't think they affect your quality of life. They don't. So I don't know why we fighting and killing each other and name calling each other. For what, folks? These people have means. They're okay. You are the one that's suffering. So why are we bending our backs? You just listen to the numbers of all this money being donated, billions and millions. All that money, folks, just to what? Run a campaign so that I can get in office? It's kind of crazy, folks, if you sit back and look at it. Why do we do this thing? What drives us? And we don't benefit from none of it. Every time somebody get in there, we bitch about what they ain't doing and what they don't do and what they did. So what is this psychological thing that we do that we think that whoever get in there, whoever candidate that we choose is going to save us? The only person going to save you is yourself, and you know this. All this stuff is not new. The only person that can save you is yourself. You have to open up your eyes, open up your heart, and calm down on all this other mess. It's okay to do some things out there in the world. I'm not saying lock yourself up in the closet. That's crazy. There's good things out there in the world that you can enjoy. So don't think that I'm saying that. Like I said before, you got 7 days in a week. Think about it, folks. Sit back and say, how many of them 7 days that I feel good? You got to start small and doing things like that, folks. You always going to have your ups and downs. So let's not get carried away. Let's ease back. This election really does not affect you personally. I know you think it does, because if they keep saying it does, it does. We know that some of the things that they presenting can hurt us a little bit. You know, like with the immigration and stuff like that. And when we talk about immigration, we're not beating up on the poor souls that's coming over here. Some of them are good and some of them are bad, just like us. But we're not beating them up. We're just hollering about that costs a lot of money and resources. And if that's and I always say that's your tax dollars. Remember that, folks, that's your tax dollars. You feel that your tax dollars, that you need help in your surroundings. And I understand that, folks. And that bothers me too. That bothers me as well, that they can do all this, and we feeding these new people and stuff like that. And here we is hurting right now. They're not doing nothing about inflation, because inflation only hurt what? The working poor, which what we are. Just because you're on welfare, that don't mean you're not a working poor. Unless you have a lot of money where you don't have to worry about no finances or nothing, not one or two paychecks on the streets, you are the working poor, whether you like it or not. They're going to try to put you in this, oh, you're in the middle class. The middle class is gone, folks. They draining us. We're the only ones that are making the last bit of decent money, but the inflation is killing us. And now, not one of these candidates is doing anything about it. The one that's in office, he can do something right now with the stroke of a pen. And the other one, he said he's going to do this, but we don't know what's going to happen with that. So that's why I said the pen is mightier than the sword. We heard that before. So those things can really affect us in the long run. Let me get back to another subject too that's dear to my heart a little bit. Let me go to my notes, folks. This is hard fact, hard. It's hard facts I'm talking about, folks. This is hard hat conversation. Like, subscribe, comment. I got down here, folks, a little bit about uh, women having all these kids out of wedlock. Everybody forgot that word wedlock. Do you know at a time people would not want to know that a woman would not want to know, or a young lady, that she didn't want her neighbors or friends to know that she was pregnant, that it was a awful thing at the time, you know. They would classify you as somebody that's sleeping around with different men and all that stuff. Right now, it seems like we're praising it more because we got this single, we have changed the term as to I'm a single parent, like we're celebrating it. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that got a divorce or the one that had one child or maybe a two child and struggling, and the father's not doing nothing. But when you start having three, four different baby daddies and stuff like that, that's not a joke. You know why it's not a joke, folks? And nobody talks about it because they don't want to lose votes. They don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. We all got them in our family. I got them in my family. It's just not right because the kids are going to suffer for the most part. You may have one or two crawl through the cracks that don't suffer, but the majority of them are suffering. All you have to do is go down to your local projects. Just go down there and you'll see how they suffer. But you don't see it every day because you're not down there. But if you go down there, those kids are suffering because those households are tore up. The majority of them are messed up. And we know this. But we don't want to talk about it because it's the skeleton in the closet. It's sad, folks. But we praise these practices. You know why I say we praise it? The more children you have, the more money. Child tax credit. What that child tax credit do? They give people on welfare with more kids more money. I know about it. We all know about it. How's that helping, folks? Would that get you a new TV set, new furniture, that extra tax money? Maybe a little trip. It's no different than alcohol, folks. You know, you get a buzz. It's no different than the drugs out there, folks. It's a quick fix. It's not even a fix. It's a quick fix good. So, back to my good and evil question. That's why I'm saying you don't need a gun to kill folks to be evil. We can do these policies and stuff. And our government had to change the way it used to function with welfare and things like that. Because the kids are suffering. And the majority of those kids grow up angry, psychologically messed up, deprived of a lot of simple things. Simple things, not major things, just simple things. And then they grow up and be angry and messed up adults, and then they come after us, the working poor. They come after us. So we actually breeding our own robbers, killers, um, uh, um, just people, mentally ill people as well. And we have to slow this down. We got to stop praising these things, folks, because we're not really doing anything about it. We just saying, "Oh, it's okay." We're just throwing money to it, and that's not helping the problem out. So we really got to get some groups together and really do some psychological thinking here and change the way we do some stuff because it's not working right now. And then you got the migrants coming in and they adding on to it. They're getting free money. they're getting free this and free that, and there's another mindset building. Hey, we ain't gotta work, we ain't gotta do much. They giving it to us. So here we are, showing the way, and the same way that we was doing to our own people, to our immigrants that's coming over, and that's gonna be a problem, folks. The welfare system is getting overrun, and like I said, the working poor it can't support that base like it used to, because there was a lot of good jobs, decent jobs out here, but now they're not out here anymore. So what are we gonna do with that, folks? These repeated defenders. Do we need to build more jails, or what can we do with these repeated defenders? And I'm talking about these violent ones, folks, that keep robbing, assaulting with weapons and stuff like that over and over and over and over. Is it a time when we say we done had enough and we just gotta put them away before they kill and hurt any more innocent people? How long do we rehab, folks? Is there a time limit or is it forever? Just wondering, folks. I need help. Like, subscribe, and comment. We all got them in our family. We know who they are. We can sit up there and play the role that we don't, but we know. We all got them, folks. That type of stuff is colorblind. So don't even try to throw the race out there. We all got it. We all got the druggies, the sellers, the killers, the troublemakers. We all got them, folks. And one more thing, folks. Do we believe that everybody can be saved, or some people can't be saved? I'm to the point where some people just can't be saved. They can't. I know everybody want to say, well, we got to keep trying. Of course we're going to keep trying, but everybody can't be saved. If you believe in God, God got hell. That's for people who can't be saved. You just can't. It's sad, but some people just don't want to do right. They just don't. Whatever the reason is. You can show them the new way and everything else. Give them money. Show them love. Show them everything. They just don't want to change. So what do we do with them? We keep releasing them in the street to hurt innocent folks. I think we got to stop that, folks. That's why I said the pen is mightier than the sword. You just write out these things, release, release, release. I don't know, folks. Like I always said, we're in trouble on this type of stuff. One more thing too that's bothering my heart. Not picking on the church. I'm just pointing out a fact that I see, and I don't even go to church every day. I mean, every Sunday like I used to. I don't. I'm being honest. I don't. Like I said, this is hard hat conversations, and not knocking the ones that go to church. I hope they're getting something out of it, but hopefully they got a good church. But let me look at my notes, folks. I know we can't talk about religion in the schools and public places. I know they talking about a whole bunch of other stuff that they shouldn't be talking about in there, but they took that out. But my question is, and I haven't seen this, maybe because I don't go to church every Sunday or Bible study anymore. Maybe that's the reason. That could be it too. Like I said, we here to get some real answers. I'm not putting myself out. I'm right in there with you guys every day. Is the church talking about going to heaven anymore? I don't hear this. Even when I look at some of the churches on TV, just a little bit, the mega churches, the small churches, or whatever you want to call them. I don't see them talking about how to get to heaven anymore. They always talking about living your best down here, and there's nothing wrong with living down here. But we got to be reminded that this is not our home. This is supposed to be a temporary home. So I just don't hear the church talking about how to get home. All I hear is about how to prosper down here and build your treasure chest down here. So I'm a little worried about that, folks. I'm real worried about that because we really need some good voices. I know the church has been attacked. I know a lot of people don't believe in religion. I don't even like using that word, but that's the best word we have down here for it. Folks, we got so many different churches, it's crazy. Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, Protestant, Baptist, Jehovah Witness, um, and forgive me if I forget the other ones, but uh, Latter Day Saints, Seventh Day Adventists. There's so many out there, folks, and it becomes to a point where it get a bit confusing. And you folks know what I mean. I'm not down rating religion. I believe in God, but it just I think we confuse it with doing all this, and we don't even come together, and yet we trying to get people to come together. And people look at our own houses, the churches, and they see that they don't come together, so they like, well, they telling me to come together, but they're not even coming together. You can't even get five churches to do a project together. Because everybody want to take the lead, everybody want the fame and stuff like that. It shouldn't be that way. So a person that don't believe in God, looking at that on the outside and said, I don't want to be bothered with that garbage. It's no different than out here in the streets. No different than the politicians. That's all I'm saying, folks. It's just a thought. Like, subscribe, and comment on it. And I think that's all I got for us today, folks. On this gloomy Monday in Cleveland, it's raining, it's cold, getting cold. But besides all that, folks, I'm in a good mood. Um, One more other thing, folks. Just stay safe. Um, Hold your family tight. Um, if we believe in God, trust in Him, that He'll deliver you through all the things that you're going through. And if you don't, I hope you fare as well. So this is Hard Hat Conversations. You guys and girls, have a good night. Peace out.